Hi friends! Hello and welcome to today's live. I just realized that I should probably have my iPad so I can see comments and stuff. It's like I forgot what I was doing here. And I forgot to send myself a link. Okay, hold on one second. Let me send myself a link and then we can get this party started. Okay, content, live. You. Link. Email. Oops. To myself. Okay. There we go. All right, now I'll have it. Silly thing about lives, about YouTube lives specifically. So, in order for me to get to the link, I have to email it to myself. Silly. Anyway, I have to email it to myself and then click on the link, and then I can get to it on my iPad. That I can't just like go to. I don't know. It's confusing. Anyway, so we should be good. We should be good. We should be live. Let's make sure volume's down and we're good to go. Hi. Welcome to January, the first live of January, friends. I just finished up story planning with the open story kit. Just side note here. I've been procrastinating it. This is like right in the middle of my head. I've been procrastinating it for weeks. I've had this kit since, when did I get it? Okay, so technically I got the kit like towards the end of December, maybe like a week before December ended, but my stamp wasn't in there, the story stamp, so I needed for that to come in the mail first before I story planned it. But still, I still procrastinated it because I don't know. It's the story theme is open, and I think open is kind of a tough theme. I think I did a good job though, and I'm happy with what I planned out. So I literally finished that up, went downstairs, got a water, came back up, and here we are. We're going to get started. So that will be coming out on the 10th of January. You'll see the full kit and everything there. All right. How is everybody doing? How is your January starting out? And I need to move some things, including this. That's like right in the middle of the way. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. Ooh, which makes it kind of more shadowy. We'll see what I want to do here. What projects have you been working on this week? If you've been working on projects, let me know. You know what I'm really excited about is today we are going to be, gosh, I have stuff everywhere. We're going to be finishing up my project life. So week 52 for 2022. And what's super exciting about that is that once I am done with that, I can finally put all of my December stuff away and get rid of it, you know, put it in boxes and get it gone, get it off my desk, which I will probably do this weekend at some point. Tomorrow is Izzy's birthday. She turns 8 tomorrow, which is crazy. Today, we're actually going after school to go get her hair done. I'd set her up with an appointment, and it just so happened that they had a day or a time available today, so the day before her birthday. And the cool thing about that is she gets to go to school tomorrow with her hair done. Now, if you don't know, I'm sure you probably do because you've seen it in pictures. I allow Izzy to get her hair dyed, and she gets it dyed with like the real stuff. So not Kool-Aid or anything like that, which, you know, is also an option for color that washes out quicker. But I let her do whatever she wants to her hair, basically. So the very first time she did it, she did like a magenta pink. It was so cute. It's my favorite color she's done, which I can say that, but she's only done 2 colors so far. Anyway, it was magenta pink, and she does it from like the top of her ears down. That way, when it grows out, we can just cut off the part that's colored, and then she can get a new color if she wants it. So the second time she wanted teal, but the only teal our hairstylist had was like a greenish teal, almost like a mermaid green. And she was thinking more blue. So she was a little disappointed that it was not blue teal. So this time I was like, well, what color are you going to do? What are you going to do? And she's like, I want the blue teal. So she is getting her hair dyed blue teal. And the same, I asked her if she wanted to do anything different with it, but she still wants to do like the half down, except she might do the full frame of her face. We're not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see what they recommend. But I'm excited for that. So we're going to go get her hair done this afternoon. Tomorrow is her birthday. We're taking her out to the movies for her birthday, and we're going to get dinner there since you can just like dine in at the movie theater. And then Saturday, we're doing a birthday party for her. It's her first birthday party in like 3 years. It's been a long time, poor thing. Hasn't had a birthday party in a long time. So we're doing something big. We're taking her to like this indoor climbing structure thing, and have a bunch of her friends coming. Funny story, funny ranty story. We printed off enough invitations for her to give to her 2 best friends, well, her 3 best friends, and then 4 additional kids, so 7 kids. Because we paid for 10 kids. So she goes to school and one of her best friends, she doesn't find him because he's a grade younger. So sometimes they see each other, sometimes they don't. And then her best friend in her classroom was out sick. She came home and I was like, oh, did you give your invitations to your friends? And she's like, well, I couldn't find Ryan and Liam was sick. And, she's like, but I still gave out all the invitations. We're like, wait, what? You gave them all out? Oh no. So I think we're going to have more than 10 kids. It's fine. We can pay a little bit extra for them and have all the kids there. But it was just funny because we're like, wait, we only gave you enough, and then we had no idea who she invited. So it's just waiting for the parents to RSVP to find out who she invited. Kids, they're so funny. Anyway, so big weekend ahead of us. So my whole point to that story is I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to put away Christmas. It might not be until Monday, but I'm excited to do so, which I'll be able to do after today. All right. There's some life update stuff, which I'm sure we'll get more into here, but let's go ahead and get started on today's projects. I have a variety of projects to work on, and we'll just see what we can get done in like the next hour and a half-ish. Hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm cutting us off at 2 because I have some other things I need to do. So that's my cutoff. All right, let's switch you around. Oh, it'll be a little shaky here for a moment while I flip things. And then we can get going. All right, I think we're good. Cool. And then I'm going to see actually if I can readjust this light so that it's down at my desk. Oh, I have got to clear this desk off. It's killing me. It's a big old mess. Okay, so let's put this down. Can I still see your comments? I can. Yay. Okay. Very good. All right, let me see what you guys have been up to, and then I'm going to grab what I need to grab. Susan, you've been cleaning and reorganizing and you feel really re-energized. That's what I think is going to happen when I get this area all put away. Also, I did get my living room de-Christmased, but I haven't gotten anything else de-Christmased since. So I really need to get on that. It's so funny. I love cleaning it all up and getting it, put away. Sarah, you started on One Little Word, finished December Daily and Project Life, and now you're working. How are you guys enjoying the Plan Prep Play class? I've seen some things on Instagram about it, some comments about it, and I haven't had a chance to take any of the lessons. I'm in the class, but I haven't had a chance to take any of it yet because I've just been busy doing all the things. But I have heard good things. I'm curious to know how you're doing with that. Newest citrus twist for Etienne. What is the theme of the citrus twist one, Etienne? I saw your post the other day that was like very bookish. Is it like a bookish theme? Or did you just make it bookish? Hello, Kay. Hi, everybody. Marvella, you finished December Daily. Trying to push through and get things in line. Yeah, I totally understand that. Jessica, what word did you pick? You selected your word. What did you pick? Tell us if you're willing to. A very homey, bookish game theme. All things staying in. Huh. An introverting kit. I love it. That sounds like such a fun. I love anything that has books, like the book themes. I really, 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 I can't even say really enough. Miss the Feature Craft book themed kits that would come out every January. You guys remember that? How like every year Feature Craft would do book themed kits in the month of January, and I miss them because I used to use them in my journals and all that kind of stuff. I do have the printables, so I can go back and reprint the same things again, but I miss them. I just miss Feature Craft. And Geraldine's digital shop, her In a Creative Bubble digital shop, she used to have some stuff in there too. I wonder if she's back to, I mean, I know she had talked about or had posted about being or going back to, what am I trying to say? Selling digitals. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But I haven't checked up on it in a while to see if that is just kind of a holiday thing or what. So, welcome. I love the word welcome. Oh, that's such a good word. Because it's very like open and inviting. I love that. Okay. So, let me tell you about last week. Last week, week 52. I think last week just felt like, at least in terms of my documenting, felt like a blur week. Like a week that just was here, it was here, and then it was gone. And like, thank goodness I journaled. I did journal throughout the week so I could remember what the heck we did, which wasn't much. But I took a total of 6 photos for the whole week. and that was it. Luckily, Aaron did a couple of things with the kids. And while he was out and about with them, he took some photos. So you betcha, I stole his photos right off his phone so I could use them this week for Project Life. But this week was definitely a wash, I think. It was my birthday week. So normally on my birthday, I take a photo of myself holding up the numbers that I turned. So this time I turned 35. So it would be me holding up a 3 and a 5. I did not do that. I'm still thinking about doing it anyways, just like, this month at some point and calling it good. Like, who cares if it's not really the 29th of December? That doesn't matter. I just like to have a selfie of myself with the number that I am as a repeating photo I take every single year. But I didn't do it. So I don't have that photo to put in this week of Project Life. And I actually took I shouldn't say that. I took one single photo, two single photos on my actual birthday. One was of a piece of paper that I was holding, and one was of my feet as I was watching a movie. So, and in the dark, and it was grainy, and all the things. So, I struggled this week coming up with what photos to use to help me document my stories. Now, I did make it work. So when this happens, here's what I do. First, I think about, were there any movies, shows, books, any of those types of things that I consumed. And in this case, the answer is yes. On my birthday, we watched, as per my request, as I wanted to do this, we watched the worst Hallmark movie. It's not really Hallmark, but the worst Hallmark-ish movie that exists. And it was filmed in my town. And I laughed so much during this movie because it was so bad. I probably cried with laughter. And so I love watching really bad movies because they're hilarious, and it makes it even better that it was filmed in our town because it just felt like propaganda for our town. Anyway, I watched this movie and I knew that I wanted to document that. So I did go online and find a photo of the movie itself, but because it exists practically nowhere, we watched it on Amazon Prime. And I think Amazon Prime was the most clear photo I could get of it, but still, like, pixel wise was pretty small. So when I cropped it to a bigger photo, it became grainy and not super nice. So then I was like, oh, I know what I can do with this that would be kind of fun and would go with the product I want to use, which I guess I should talk about product. I'm going to be using the Remember Story Kit. I set aside a couple of pieces from the Remember Story Kit. So this one, which is now cut in half, and the other piece will go into stash. I've also got this one, which I already put my journaling on. So this is the base of my product this time. And then I also pulled out a couple of additional cards that are from Paper Person. So this one says, pass me a glass full of holiday cheer. This one says, what are you doing New Year's Eve? This one says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I felt like the colors went well enough with the Remember kit that I'm going to make it work. The ones that are probably the hardest to fit in are these pinkish ones, but this looks kind of pink, so I'm just gonna say it's fine. Then I pulled out one of these nostalgia collection TVs, and that's what I'm gonna use for the movie, right? So I'm gonna put this movie in here, which I also now realize that I can cut down even shorter. So that's going to be one of my photos, right, is documenting a show that I watched. Another thing that I will go back and look at is, what projects did I make? Did I make anything? Because I always take pictures of the things that I make. So did I make anything that I would want to add to my layout that helps to tell the story of my week? And in this case, also, there was this. So I started working on my Passion Planner front pages and back pages, and I took a picture of the introduction pages, one that talks about my one little word, which I also thought was a good thing to have at the end of the year, just a welcoming of the new word, and then this fun 24 things to do before 2024. So I pulled out some of these more random types of photos, but they still tell stories of things that we did throughout the week. Then I've got some photos. This one I stole from Erin. It's the kids at the Science Museum. Actually, both of these are from the Science Museum. I've got a picture of Erin and Jonah sleeping on the couch while they were watching Bluey. I think Jonah, he was sick this week, so he had come into our room and wanted to sleep in our bed. But when Jonah is sick, he often coughs, and when he coughs, it triggers his gag reflex, and he always ends up vomiting on our bed. So Erin was like, oh, no, we're not going to lay down in our bed. We're going to go downstairs and watch a show and then sleep on the couches. So that's what they did. I've got a random picture of Izzy playing on her Osmo thing. Actually, no, this is Jonah. They were both playing. She was over here playing hers. He's here playing his. And then I've got a picture of Jonah, Izzy, and May playing Legos because Alex, Caitlin, and May came over on the 26th to do Christmas with us. So this is literally a collection of randomness, because that's really what this week was all about. It was just super random. Okay, so I'm going to start by getting all of these set into place where they're going to go. Again, I'm out of page protectors. I need to order some. I Probably should do that this week. This might be the week for that. Because I still have my 2021 Project Life album that is incomplete, where I need page protectors for that one anyway, so I might as well order some additional pages. Okay, so let's go here, here. Where do you go? Did I decide not to use you? Oh, maybe I decided not to use that one. Okay. That one's gonna go here. This one's gonna go, no, you go there. Another thing I like to do is try to use a lot of larger photos if I can, because it takes up more space. So it's a good way to just use up a bunch of these things. I must have decided to forego this one. So I was going to put it, I think I was going to put it here, but it felt like too much white. I like it better with the green. So this one can go in the stash for another time. Okay, this card with the plaid is where I'm going to add the TV with the photo on it. This movie, let's talk about this terrible, terrible movie. So our town, Mallory, this is the new usual time. So it will be noon Eastern time until around 2 Eastern time. So that way it lines up. It's the same time as I would be live for Allie. So I don't have to, I won't confuse myself. It's just all going to be the same, if that makes sense. Okay, so little TV's going to go there. This I want to cut, this I want to cut, this is going to go here. I'm using some of the speech bubbles as embellishments. And that I have for there. Thankful for these memories. And then to remember. So this I'm going to actually fill in with some extra journaling, but I didn't do it beforehand because I wasn't sure how much room I was going to have. Okay, that's going to go there. That's going to go there. And then I suppose I should put together that part first, and then we'll see if I want to pull anything from the die cuts or any of the December stuff. Okay. Etienne, we should just do our birthday photos, like, let's just get them done this month. Birthday selfies can happen this month. I almost feel like I want to post it too and be like, so my birthday was a whole month ago, but taking the photos now because I can, you know. Totally put that on there crooked, but whatever. It's okay. And I think I'm actually going, normally I would just toss these things, but this actually can work on another photo, not on here because there's not room, but like I could have added this one, say like right here, and then use the bottom for journaling. So I'm going to keep this and add it in with my Remember Story Kit stuff. Okay, this, I'm going to trim it first because I want to make sure I get the part I want. So this one said, forget the mistake, remember the lesson. There wasn't really any kind of mistakes happening here. And so I'm just going to keep the part that says, remember the lesson, because this is when they were at the museum, and that makes sense to me because you learn things at the museum, right? So we're going to remember the lesson. And then this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to trim it at the word thankful. And then we'll add this one right here. Let's use those tweezers so I can position this where I want it to go. So then it says, thankful for these memories. Okay. This is a new year is just around the corner, and I'm just sticking that right on my photo because, you know, it's fine. Okay. And then for this, I wanted some kind of title on here because it just felt naked up there at the top. We can stick this down. So what I'm going to do is fussy cut the word remember out of the card or out of the speech bubble and use it like a die cut instead. So put the TV on there and then this. All right, so movie. So the movie we watched is called Cupid's Christmas. And the premise of the movie is that Santa loses his reindeer Cupid, or Cupid, like, I don't know, runs away from him, I guess. And he has to come, and of course, Cupid runs away to our town, Holly. And he has to come here to find Cupid. Santa does. So the opening scene is Santa walking down a dirt street and calling into the fields for Cupid. There are parts of our town that are a little bit more rural than others. Like we have a really cute downtown, and we're in between a bunch of like bigger towns, bigger cities. Holly is technically a suburb of Detroit, a far out suburb. I think it takes about an hour to get to Detroit, or it could be a suburb of Flint. We're in between Flint and Detroit, which are two cities in Michigan. So he's like walking down this dirt road, yelling out for Cupid, not yelling, you know, very loudly, just like, or very energetically. It's just kind of like, Cupid, Cupid, you know, and then the scene cuts and goes away to like some other scene with this girl, and the girl who ends up being the main character. So then the secondary premise of the movie is talking about our depot station. So Holly has a bunch of train tracks that run through it. And we have an old depot that's here since the founding of the town. And so it's this little old building that's located right next to the train tracks. They don't use it anymore, but it's a historical building. So in real life, the train tracks, they want to expand them. And when they do so, it will interfere with the depot station. So they're trying to raise money, the town is trying to raise money to be able to move the depot station and keep the historic building. So that's like a real thing, right? And so the movie talks about that a lot, because ultimately when you watch the movie, which you have to pay for on Amazon, it is a donation that goes to the depot station or the moving of the depot station. So it's just a way to help them raise money. So that's a big part of the story too, is this depot station. And so a lot of it feels like almost like, I don't know, like an infomercial about the depot station. It doesn't flow super nicely where it makes sense that it's part of the story. It's just like this random girl who apparently, you know, is part of the historical society, and trying to save the depot station is her thing. So we meet her and we kind of find out a little bit about her. She goes into every single shop downtown and like meets the owners and has weird interactions with them. Now, the people who are in the shops are the real owners of the shops. Like, they're not actors, they're the real people. And so it makes it a little awkward even in that, because they're not trained actors. So the interactions are not smooth. I suppose. Which is, you know, it's okay. That's okay. But it's odd. It was odd. So she goes into all the buildings and whatever, and then goes to the police station where Santa has been arrested. So he's arrested. He's in the station. They're questioning him. He's doing the whole, like, the Santa Claus thing where they're like, what's your name? And he's like, Santa Claus, you know, Bobo Gijo, or whatever, you know, like whatever Tim Allen said in his show. It's super awkward. And then there's this little girl who shows up and starts screaming in the train station that they've arrested Santa and they've ruined Christmas for everybody. So then the main character comes in. Her name's Katie. And turns out Katie is the aunt of the little girl and helps to get Santa released. And then they try to, you know, with this overarching, like, we should help Santa find Cupid, his reindeer. And then we don't see Santa again, really. I mean, you do, kind of, but you see him as, like, a used car salesman, and he's selling cars. And then you see him in some other fashion. It's just, it's all very weird. But you don't see Santa again until the very end of the movie when he randomly shows up with Cupid and is like, oh, I found Cupid, you know, and then that's it. Cupid is in the movie, like, I don't know, for 2 minutes of the entire thing. And then there's a love story that happens between the main couple. And it's also just like, it's so awkward. It's so awkward. It's just such a bad movie. It's so bad. So we had a drinking game that we were playing while we were watching this movie because that makes it fun, right? So every time they said Holly, the name of the town, we had to take a drink, which we eventually capped that at 10 because they said it so much that we're like, we have to stop or otherwise it's gonna be a rough morning. So yeah, every time they said Holly, we had to take a drink. Every time they showed the Holly water tower, we had to drink. Every time they went into the coffee shop downtown, we had to take a drink. And while they're at the coffee shop, they like zoom in on merchandise, almost like, you know, like you can buy this and this. It was so bad. Anyway, it was a fun time. We had a fun time. And it was definitely, my mom told me about it. About the movie. She watched it thinking it was going to be good, and then it was terrible. And then she was like, you have to watch this movie. It's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But that makes it hilarious. And also, it's in your town. She's like, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's a donation for a good cause. So, of course, we did it. All right. So, here's this layout. I just need to think about, do I want anything else on here? I don't know. Let's see what I got in here, and then we'll finish this up. Yeah, it's super random. All right, so do I want anything on here? Okay, so you just watched me do all those different things, but I fussy cut out the word remember, stuck that here. I also took the this one that says to remember, and I just cut out the label and I used that for my dates because that works. And I could keep this, but I probably won't keep that one. And who knows, maybe that other one I won't keep either. I got so much stuff that maybe I just shouldn't worry about it. So let it go. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if any of this is gonna float my boat here. It's all very Christmassy. And this week ended up being very not Christmassy. Okay, so I'm gonna say no to all that. But I think what I will do, no to all that. I think I will grab out the sticker book and just see, maybe I want some, do I have any holiday colored little stickers? in here. No. Okay, we've got tiny phrase stickers. I'm thinking no to those. If anything, I'm contemplating just like just something small. That's weird that the flag banner has Marion Bright on it. This one. Is that weird? It has Marion Bright on it, but it's this way. When to me, it would need to be like this way. Huh. That's very interesting. I never noticed that before. Is that this year's? I think so. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, like maybe stars. Oh, maybe the hearts. And this has teal, which I have a lot of teal in this layout. Let's do that. So we're going to grab these, and so I'll go like, maybe I'll just put this one like here in the middle. What is the worst movie you've ever seen? Like the movie that you could laugh at because it was so bad. I'm curious. We must all have one. I'm sure we do. Ooh. Okay, straighten up, teal. So there's teal. Probably a red can go somewhere. You know, I'll put red here. Whoop. And green. Maybe I'll put green here. Sure. Are you another kind of green or are you more black? I can't tell. You can go here on adios. Let's do, I think it's a green, like a super dark green. Where else? There. I want one up here too. Here. Is this the only photo with, no, this one too. Okay. As long as there are two photos with nothing on them, I'm fine leaving nothing on them. But if this one did have something and that one didn't, then that would feel odd to me, and I'd have to change that. How about, I kind of want to put one right here. Nah, it covers up too much. And away it goes. Well, shoot. Suppose I will find that one later. Okay. It's like, heck no. You don't get to... If you're not going to choose me, I'm out of here. All right. I should probably put one like, maybe like right here, just to bring in some more of them, you know? And Maybe I'll just put it there. Okay. I think that's good. I think that'll be it. Unless I find that flyaway teal, although it's not going on now. Not after it just threw a tantrum. Okay. Oops. Okay, so that's going to be this one. Journaling wise, I will add a little bit of journaling. Maybe I should just do that right now. Yeah, I'll do this later. So I'm going to journal something here. I don't know what yet. Something. What I did write, aside from, you know, what did I drink after Christmas / for my birthday, and then what did we do for New Year's Eve, which was go over to my parents' house. I filled out this to remember card. So I said, reminding myself that it's okay to not have it all done or figured out, which was from my journaling. I had talked about that I had a lot of things I wanted to get accomplished, and I was very conscious of the fact that I was not going to have enough time, and feeling that pressure while also trying to let that pressure go. So reminding myself that. Remembering how good it feels to be done with December daily and how much I enjoyed the process this year, especially with the prompts, that was just super fun. 3, I said, rest, rest, rest. We need this so much after the busyness of the holidays. 4, going into a year with a focus on less equals it's okay and necessary to say no. And then never give up on the things that feel impossible. And that alludes to the fact that, as many of you know, my younger brother and I have a very estranged relationship. And I've tried to make a conscious effort to reach out during important holidays like birthdays, primarily birthdays, to send him and his wife, you know, a message that says happy birthday, which I've done that over the past couple years. And typically when it comes to my birthday, I don't hear from them. It's just not a reciprocated thing. And so this year I went into my birthday thinking that I wasn't going to hear from him or her. And at 10 o'clock at night, he texted me to say happy birthday. So, which meant a lot. That really meant a lot to me. So that is my, never give up on the things that seem impossible. So that is that. I'm just going to do this until I get a transparent, not transparency, what's it called? A page protector to put these in. And we'll put them back in their little envelope until I can put them away for real. Which needs to happen because I would like to do a flip through of my album. The other thing I want to do with Project Life, so I've got a couple more things to do with you guys before I can call this project done. And that is to create a couple of intro outro pages. So let's pull out is this the beginning? Yes. So this is my volume 1 of Project Life, right? So this is from the beginning, which this is also something I would like to do, is to go get some pictures of all of us sometime this week. And I love turning them black and white and then having this be a part of my storytelling, kind of giving a visual of where we are at the start of the year versus where we end up at the end of the year. So I'll quickly flip through this, although I will do a flip through video at some point, probably for February. That'll be my February flip through, most likely. But yeah, so here's January, right, all the way, and then February. P.S. Does anybody know, did Jessica ever do the last 3 months of the year, October, November, December? I missed them. And so I don't have the dividers for those 3 months, but I have them for the rest of the year. I'm super bummed to not have that stuff. What is this? Oh, that was a card. Okay. Yes. So February, and then we've got March. Man, I love this project. And then we've got April. Oh, so good. May. June. And then it should end at the end of June. Yes. So I have this last page here that I wanted to finish because I don't, you know, I like having things feel and look finished. So I printed out some things. I think this is the right one. I printed out photos to go into the pockets for the end of this one, the beginning of the next one, and then the end of volume 2, which would then essentially complete my project life. So for this one, I am pulling out some of the, is this the right, are you the right one? Or are you not? Hold on, let me double check myself because I feel like that's not right. Final page. Yes. Okay, it is. Okay, it is. I just got confused and I put them on the wrong side. Okay. Anyway, this is from the Remember Story Kit. So it says we must welcome the future, remembering that soon it will be the past. We must respect the past, remembering it was once all that was humanly possible. So that's going to go down here in this bottom corner. Then this one that says all these things, so thankful. This, I think this was from a November Stories by the Month kit. I don't remember. And then I just have a bunch of pictures, and really all 3 of these layouts are just going to be full of pictures from our family photo shoot. So for this one, I picked photos that were very fall feeling or had a lot of like leaves and colors and kids dancing and doing all that kind of stuff. You know, let me actually, I want to pull these up because I don't remember where they go. Okay, so we've got that one. And then down here, I have this one. So some of them, I chose photos where it's our whole family. And some of them, I chose photos that have more of a feature on the kids. So like this one is me and Aaron walking behind Jonah, who's going up a hill of leaves. And then this one, actually, I kind of want you to go over here. Like that. This one is the kids, Izzy, Jonah, and May, just throwing leaves around and having a good time playing around. And then this one is Izzy and me walking in a field. So I've got, you know, the one that's got Jonah, the one that's got Izzy, the one that's just the kids, and then pictures of all 4 of us. So I don't feel like I need to do a bunch of journaling on these pages because I've already done a lot of journaling other places, and with so many themes for the beginning of the year being about new beginnings and goal setting and all those kinds of things, and the Remember Kit being in amongst that, I feel like a lot of those remembering types of journaling pieces I already have. I don't need to re-say them. So that's going to be the last page for volume 1. Woohoo. And then let's grab volume 2, which does not have all the pages in it because I don't have page protectors. But we have the opening page. And for this one, I'm also using the Remember Story Kit. Oh, see you later, Sarah. No problem. No problem. Sleep well. So first page, for this one, I liked the idea of having just this gray Remember card in the middle. So it'll go right here, and then having this surrounded by pictures. So again, more leafy pictures for the beginning here. Ones with our family, ones with the kids by themselves. Just giving these pictures a home because I love these pictures. This one's me and Aaron together, which we don't often take pictures together. Not because we don't want to, just because we just, I don't know. One of us is usually the picture taker, and, you know, the other one is in the picture. So whatever. This is one of my favorite pictures of all time. I think this is the one that is my Facebook profile picture or my Instagram profile picture because I love it. So it's me and Jonah, and he's giving me a kiss on the cheek. He's so sweet. I love that picture. So there's that one. We've got Jonah holding our hands. That goes here. Come on, you. Yep. Oh, in you go. And then this one, that's Izzy, like throwing around leaves, and she's just got this look of like pure, I don't know, joy, excitement. She loves it. She looks free. It's very freeing, right? So that one's going to go up here. And that's intro page. And I love it. I love the pictures surrounding the one card that says, remember this. I think that's so good. And then the last one, which of course I don't have a page protector yet for, but I'll show it to you, is very similar, right? More pictures and a card. For this one, because it is the last spread, the end of the year, I chose photos that had a more darker overcast, ones where it looked a lot more wintry, I suppose, even though they were taken the exact same day. Let me get to it. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, so it's going to be the boys, the girls, and then I've got Izzy kind of laughing here, and then her and I together, me and Jonah together, and then a family photo. So you can see that they're a lot darker, where it feels moodier, it feels more wintry. And then for the card, what I did is I added journaling onto the speech bubble here from the Remember Kit, Remember Story Kit. And I pulled out this kind of starbursty, I don't know what that is. Is it a flower? Is it a star? I don't know. And then I'm going to stick this card into this little speech bubble right into the middle of it. And it just has like a last thought for highlights, which I said I'm most thankful for all the opportunities our family had to connect and play this year. We went on a ton of adventures, both near to home and far away. We explored zoos and museums and more. We went to the beach, got outside, played video games together, and created so many good memories. I'm thankful for all of these, for all the moments and all the memories. And that's that. So that will be the conclusion to my 2022 Project Life. As soon as I order page protectors and get those in, I am going to film a flip through of the full thing. So volume 1 and volume 2. So eventually that will happen. Okay. The next thing I want to work on with you guys, what time is it? 1, is I want to finish out this calendar. So this is the last piece of December Daily that I have unfinished. I debated stopping at day 25. So it's like the 25, stories, 25 days of Christmas. But then ultimately figured why not just take it all the way to the end? Plus day 25 would have been, I think, here. Yes, it was a Sunday. So it does allow me to fill in all the way through the end of the calendar, and I only have a couple of blanks, and I like the look of that. So put those over here. So that's what we're going to do. I printed all the photos here. I had to, again, kind of like figure out what I was going to do to represent the last days of the month, since they were kind of a wash. But I think I got it. I think I have some good photos that help to tell the story of that week. I printed all of these photos at 0.8 inches by 1 inch, and that still ends up being a little bit too wide. They probably needed to be 0.75 inches by, I don't know, I think 1 inch is too much too. but something in there. Oops, I think I just cut too much of that off. Oh well, it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna trim some off here. I cut that one too much. Is that one? And then once I have this done, I want to film my December daily flip through video, which I'm not sure, because I'm trying to do one flip through on YouTube a month, which this month I just filmed my 2022 daily planner, not daily planner, daily journal. Mostly because I'm going to be sharing daily journal layouts, and I felt like it would probably be beneficial for me to have a flip through of what it looked like in years past so people know what to expect out of it. So I just filmed that. I have that set to go up tomorrow, which would essentially be my flip through of the month. And then next month I wanted to do project life. So then it just becomes a question of, you know, what do I want to do? Do I want to have a second flip through video? I don't know. Or do I just wait until November or October and post it then? I don't know. All right, that one's gonna go there. We'll see if I can remember what days these all go on. I know this one's the 26th. That's 29, 28, 27. 26th would be Monday. This was the 23rd, which would have been Friday. This was Christmas Eve. When were you? I don't know. I think you were here. Yeah, I think so. And then this one is gonna go here. This one goes here. That was Christmas morning. Okay, I know where it goes now. All right, yes, I can remember. I don't have to look it up. Okay, so this is gonna go here. This is gonna go here, and that will fill it all in. Okay. Okay. Okay, you don't know what size to do for project life. Yes. I know, it's tough. It's tough to figure out. I will say that I really, really love that 9x12 size. It still feels like you can get, like, Kay, if you're working from, did you do 12x12 in the past? I can't remember if you did 12 by 12, but if you're going from 12 by 12 to 9 by 12, it doesn't feel like you're going to be like you're missing things, if that makes sense. Like you can't get all your stories on there. I never felt like that, which was good. And there's still plenty of room for journaling and all that kind of stuff. It's a very good size, but it doesn't feel as cumbersome to pull out and look at as the 12 by 12 does. Because to me, that was always a thing. I'm like, it's so big and bulky, you know, that it was just hard. But 9 by 12 I loved. I'm excited to see what 6 by 8 is like this year. I think I will like it too. Because again, I'm still going to be able to get tons of pictures and journaling on there. It's just going to be a matter of, you know, am I able to tell as much of the story as I want, I suppose, which I should be able to. Yeah, that one I cut too narrow. Oops. Oh, well. Anyway, get all these on here. So some of these are pictures that are similar to ones I documented in December. So I've got like my planner, which, why did I take it? I think I just took a picture of it for, maybe I was thinking about using a picture of it. I don't know, but I had a picture of my daily planner and I was like, yeah, let's just use that because that shows like what I did that day. The next one is my grocery cart when I went shopping. So this would have been, we had that big snowstorm coming. So it was like the busiest shopping day of the years. It was horrible. But, you know, had to do what we had to do. So I took that picture. The next one was Christmas Adam, where we normally have our holiday party, but we didn't this time. And instead we kept the kids home. We watched movies and we did the Polar Express that day, which Jonah loves trains. So he loved that movie. And he basically stood like at the screen the entire time with us being like, get down. You know, you can't be that close to the TV. It's bad for you. Then Christmas Eve, I have a picture of Aaron reading Night Before Christmas to the kids. Christmas Day, I have a picture of the kids opening presents and it's just a mess around them. The 26th is the day that May and Alex and Caitlin came over, so I printed a tiny photo of that. On the 27th, I was working on my planner. So I have a picture of me holding up my planner. The 28th was the day that Jonah was not feeling well. Aaron and him went and took a nap, so I've got a picture of that. The 29th is one of the 2 pictures I took at my birthday. So that was our rules for our drinking game to do with watching the terrible movie. The 30th was a photo I stole from Aaron, which was them going to the museum. And then the 31st is a cheat. This is actually a picture I took on the 2nd. But whatever. And it's just kind of like a final photo of like me in my studio, which I think to me is representative of being done with December Daily, being done with all that crafting for the month. So that completes my calendar here. What I might want to do is just put like 2022 in the year spot there and really call that good. So this can go and live on the inside pocket here. And we can call that done. So that's how that turns out. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. That's how that turns out in the pocket. And it looks really cute filled in with all those photos. Super love that. Okay, so there's another project done. Yes. Then what do I got next? Okay. The next thing I have to work on are 3 layouts that I haven't even looked at since maybe 2021. maybe 2020. I don't know. These are very old. They've been in my stash forever, with pictures and journaling already done. I just never put them together. So let's see if we can whip some of these together real fast. That would be awesome. And get them out of my stash. Before I do that, I have things I need to clear off my desk and throw away because I have garbage here. Cannot stand that. So away you go. So we're going to rediscover these layouts together and find out what the heck they are. Here we go. So these are all three using the Good Morning kit from Paper Person. For those of you who are Paper Person subscribers, do you recall when this kit came out? How old is this kit? I don't even know. Okay, so this one, let's see what we got. This one I titled, Not a Morning Person. Okay, my story concept is how I try to be a morning person, but I'm just not. Which is funny. I'm still working on this. Erin and I are getting a little bit better at waking up early. We try to get up between like 6 and 6:30 these days, and we try to go to bed between 10 and 11, which really ends up being more like 11 and 12. But, you know, we try. Okay, what do I got? So I've got a photo of myself with some coffee and a planner. Ooh, I was using the Get to Work book. I want to say this was 2020 when I created this. Okay, so then I've got, where are you even supposed to go? Oh, flip. Okay, so it can be like this or I can flip it. Got it. So I've got this card here, which looks like it has a little bit from the card that was connected to it. So let's cut that off because I don't want that. I think that looks about right. Okay. All right. That looks cleaner. All right, so we've got journaling card. And then we've got the time clocks card. That's cute. Oh, and then I've got a photo that I printed that it looks like I'm going to put on the stripe. Oh, this is cute. Okay, so then there's a bunch of these chipboard pieces. So where do you go? We've got morning routine, which looks like it is my title. 2 little clocks, which goes here and here. Okay. Morning, oh, definitely not a morning person goes there. And then it looks like I have the snooze phone, the snooze button, and feeling very tired. I think are supposed to go like this. Now, I wonder, can I do it like here instead and not cover up so much? I think I will do it here instead, since there's like blank white space over there. That makes more sense to me. Okay. All right, so this one looks pretty straightforward and easy. Let's do it. Thank goodness for notes. Let's see what you say, Etienne. Old, because you went to look for it. It's not on the website. I had to go way back. Yeah. Wait, you pulled kit for the whole month, or you made a kit for the month. Pulled Allie Edwards cards and may attempt to do a story kit crush. Oh, that would be so fun. You should do it. Do it, Etienne. Do it. Okay, so here we go. I love the bright colors of this kit. They're so cute. They're like rainbow happiness. Ooh. And then the fun part will be figuring out where to put these. Where will these fit? And we get, no, I thought we were going to have sticker backing. I think we do, right? Yes. Yes. maybe. Yes. Okay. So another thing that happened this week, you guys, is on Monday. So Monday we did the coffee hour, and then, which PS, the replay for Monday coffee hour is available to watch. It took me a little bit longer to get it up because right afterwards, we, Erin scheduled us to go get our COVID boosters and our flu shots, which was, it ended up, we were going to get Jonah's too, but when we took him, they ended up, their vaccinations were expired for his age group. So we're like, great. So he's going to have to go get his, I think, next week instead, which is probably a blessing because we all ended up sick. Like, I was running fevers of 100 to 102 all day on Tuesday and just felt horrible. So Izzy and I, she stayed home from school. I had so many things I wanted to get done on Tuesday, and I was like, yeah, not doing it. I feel like such crap. I can't do it. And, you know, today, or is today the next day? No, yesterday was Wednesday. That was the day after everything was back to normal. We're all fine. So it was just one day of feeling like total crap, but I'm glad to have it done. It's been on my list of things we need to do for a while. I'm terrible at calling and setting up appointments and stuff. I just hate doing that stuff. So Aaron's got the whole week off. I gave him a list of things he needs to do to help us all maintain our health. Like, you know, like Jonah, when I took him to his well visit the last time, he was sick, and so he wasn't able to get his vaccinations for his 4-year vaccinations. So that's been on my list, is to bring him back there to get it done. So he went and did that today, and we needed to go shopping for getting a gift for Izzy, and so he took care of that today. It's been awesome. It's been awesome having him have a week off to just get stuff done. It's been very nice. But having an entire day get ruined because we were all sick was not fun. But I will say that while we were sitting on the couch feeling like crap all day, which was mostly me and Izzy, Aaron seemed to be okay. He still wasn't great, but he was better than us, which was good. So he could make dinner and do stuff like that. There was no way I was going to be able to do that. But while I was on the couch feeling like crap, Izzy and I watched this show on Netflix, which was honestly actually kind of entertaining. And she super loved it. And, you know, it was not bad. It's called Dance Monsters on Netflix, and it's basically like people who you know, they either want to be professional dancers, or at one point they were going to be professional dancers but got hurt or got sick, or, you know, they all have these stories that explain how they got to where they're at, and they link them up to like a CGI animation that follows the exact moves that they do. So they've got like receptors all over them. So as they're dancing, the CGI monster dances and does their routine. So they're judged not based on them as a person, but, you know, on the moves and the routine and all that. So anyway, it's very bizarre, but it's also kind of interesting. So Izzy and I watched the entire first season together. We binged that, and it was good. My favorite person won. I was super excited that my favorite won. And then I read the book club book. So Rock, Paper, Scissors is our book club book for the month, and I read it in one single day. Well, I mean, technically more than a single day, because my personal habit or routine, or when I say goal for myself, is to read one chapter of a book every night when I go to bed. So I read a chapter on the first and a chapter on the second And then on the 3rd, we were sick, so I finished the entire book that day, and it was really good. I very much enjoyed it. And now I'm reading my next book club book, which is for my local book club that I am hosting. And we're reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I started that last night, and I already know it's going to be a fast read because it is super good. Like, super good. It's very reminiscent for those of you who did book club last year, and we read The 10,000 Doors of January, and it had a very like melodic, lyrical type of writing style. This one reminds me a lot of that, where it's very quotable. It's very good. So I read more than I should have last night. I'm going to pull out some of these older albums and see. You know what? Lies. We're going to make the other two, and then I'll pull out older albums and see if I've got... I wish I knew the date of this. Do I have a date anywhere? Nope. Don't know the date. That's okay. Whatever. Anyway, I digress. It's a good book. It's a good book. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And so was Rock, Paper, Scissors. Okay, so we've got that. Let's move on to number 2. Whoop. Hey, Cindy, welcome. And never worry about being late. These are just chill. We're just hanging out. We're just making. Pop in when you can. You know, head out when you gotta go. Catch up on the replay if you want or don't. P.S. Anybody who is here now or anyone who watches the replay, if you don't know, when the lives are done and they're uploaded as a video and you're watching the replay, you can go into the settings of the video. It's like a little gear looking button. And when you click on that, you can go to playback speed and change the speed to, you know, like 1.5, 2. I think you can even go more than 2 if you want. And then you can watch the replays and have it not take so long. Like have it be a very fast, what do I want to say, video to watch. Okay, I'm kind of remembering this one. Do I have a date for this? No. Nope, I sure don't. Okay. Aw. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so this one I titled Good Morning World, which is because of this. That says Good Morning World. Concept, Izzy, wake up. Not a morning person either, which is still true. It's still so true. Okay, so looks like we're doing a 4 pocket and then the outside of the page protector. So this photo is going to go here. Now the thing that I want there to be a border around this. I don't like it just directly on here. So let me get some white cardstock. Who knows if that was the plan all along or not, but it is the plan now. And let's put a little white border around the outside of this photo. All right, so, okay, so next I'm going to trim this off. I just want a very thin, just a very thin border on here because I feel like it needs some separation between the busyness of the photo and the busyness of the background. They're both extremely busy. So we'll do that. Okay, that looks about right. I was like, hopefully this is going to be even. Seems good. And then bottom. Okay. And then when we put this on here, I think that will help. Oh yeah, that definitely helps. Okay. So I am justifying my or aligning my photo to the right is I guess what I should say, so that when I hole punch the left side, oops, it hole punches the red and not in the middle of my photo. Do that. This is one that I will probably put inside Izzy's album. We'll have to see if she's got a spot that's available to put it. Okay, so then when I hole punch this, yep, it's going to be right on that the red area, which is good. That's what I want. So we'll do that. Put this in. Can punch it. The background paper is super cute too. I like that too. I think because I was using all of the other colorful stuff that it was just like, whoo, too much color, but I love that too. Anyway, so we've got this. And then I've got a second photo that will go up here. I've got this documented journaling card, which also has like slight ghosting of the cards that were located above it and next to it. So let's cut that off so that we've got a clean, crisp card. Okay, so there's that. We've got a polka dot, which is going to go here, and a rainbow, again, with a little bit of that like ghosting of the color. That's going to go up here. Okay, so then Good Morning World is going to go into the middle of the rainbow. And I think that's it. So I'll just put that on there. We'll get that on here. I'm pretty sure these chipboard pieces came on a really big paper and I fussy cut them out of the paper so they could keep their backing, but so I could also separate them out and put them into packets. Okay, so we got Good Morning World, that. And then my idea for this card here was to add the chipboard in rainbow order. So I've got like red, I'll probably put pink next, and then yellow, and then green. Oops, that's upside down. Yellow, and then green, and then, and then what? Blue, this like dark blue, and then the light blue. Yeah, I think like that. And have them just go directly into the center of the page, because I think that's cute. Makes it like a filler card look. Okay, so even though they don't technically go with the story. Like this one says today already sucks, and like, you know, that doesn't really match my story, but I don't care. It's just the colors I want. Does that look straight and centered? Right there, maybe? Maybe like that. Okay, hold on, let me look at this. No, you are definitely crooked. Okay, how about there? Hopefully these actually stay on. Okay. Once I get it where I want it to go, right? Okay, I think that's okay. I think it'll be fine. This one says brunch date. Again, doesn't at all go with the story, but I don't care. This one I talked about how Izzy is, right, not a morning person. So the journaling that I wrote here says, what? You have always been a super great sleeper ever since you turned 1 year old, which is true. She was a terrible sleeper before she was a year old, but I think probably all babies are. The trouble is you are incredibly hard to wake up. You get that from your daddy and I. The three of us are just not morning people, and we love our sleep. And then it says day and month, and I said every day, every month, because, yep. And if this was written in 2020, then 2 years later, or however many years later, you know, not much changes. Green. and then blue. And light blue. Whether or not you have, you know, like these exact chipboard pieces, if you have a ton of these shapes, these like rectangle shapes, this could be a really fun way to use them. You know, because Allie does rectangles. I think Ellie's studio, they all do rectangles. So you just find a bunch of them in rainbow colors or whatever colors of the layout you're making and stick a ton of them into a card to make it a filler. So it'll be like that, 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 and that. And that's going to be this layout. I could go back into my things and add more stuff in, because you know, like nowadays I'd probably put something maybe here, but I'm not going to, because I'm just going to leave this true to what it was supposed to be and call that good. But there we go. So there's another layout done. Who knows when that was documented. I've gotten much better about date stamping my stories over the years. I've gotten better at it, I promise. But apparently not at this point in life. So there's that one. Yes, Etienne, please scrap lift. Do it. Do it. Okay, here's the last one. Woohoo. So we did a layout about me, we did a layout about Izzy, and now I've got a layout about Jonah. Okay, so this one is called Rise and Shine. And this one is about Jonah being, a morning person. Of course he is. Of course he'd be a morning person. Oh my God, this picture. Oh my God, him and his hair, I love it. Okay, so here's Jonah. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, he would have been, oh, how old would he have been? He's 4 now. He would have been, what, 2? So somewhere between 2 and 2.5. He's wearing a sweatshirt. So I'm going to guess this was like late summer, early fall of 2020. And at that point, he had not had his first haircut yet because it was 2020. So we just let his hair grow. He has, to this day, he has the best hair out of everyone in our family. It is amazing, amazing hair. But at this point, it was curly because of the baby hair and like, oh, I miss that. Okay, so cute. All right, so that's a picture of Jonah climbing on the play, whatever. Ooh, stamp, timestamp for full page, timestamp for 7 a.m. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember this. What the heck's going on here? Okay, so we've got, I'm sidetracked by his adorableness. All right, so these again have some of that like color showing from other cards. So I'm gonna trim that down, trim that off. That might not have bothered me in the past, but it bothers me now, so we're gonna take care of it. He's gonna get his hair cut today too. He needs it. My goodness, poor kid can't see a thing. I typically, so like I cut his bangs here, because otherwise he can't see. And I could have cut his bangs recently, but I decided not to since he had an appointment. So I might as well just wait for a professional to do it. Because it's not easy to cut a 4-year-old's bangs, especially not one who is super active like Jonah. Okay, so what do we got? We've got a photo. That must have been like an early morning. Oh, it was the same day photo. We've got Rise and Shine and 7:30, an alarm clock. That's cute. And first up, because yep, that kid is always the first one up. To this day, he still is the first one up. I think I was going to put the little sun there. And then I've got this, like, here comes the sun, and I was going to put another sun there. It looks like I was going to stamp out the time, but I'm not going to, because this says 7:30. That's close enough. And it says you get up by no later than 7:30 every day. So I don't need the time. Time's already on there. We're just going to let him be his full cuteness. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, though, for the chipboard on chipboard, because I'm worried that it's not going to stay. So I think I'm going to add some liquid glue just to make sure it stays. Okay, so let's stick these puppies on there. Okay, one benefit to not finishing your projects when you started them is being able to uncover these gems. Oh, I love this picture. It is a gem. All right, so I'm gonna put a little dot of glue here in the middle. It will cover up the red, but that's fine. I don't care. Oh, I think you might still have. No, you're fine. You just need a good healthy shake is all. And sun. Okay, we'll put this sun over here. It is funny, if we did not have alarms, if there were no alarms in the house, Aaron and I would probably sleep until 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Izzy would definitely sleep until maybe 10, between 9 and 10, and Jonah would be up every day at 7. That's just how his internal clock is a good one. I wish I was like that. So like he woke everybody up for Christmas morning because the rest of us all slept in. All right, so we've got Rise and Shine, which I'm going to put right here. The 7:30 alarm clock is just super cute. Journaling, I said, and this is numbered 1 through 5. So 1, every morning you are the first one up. You have the best internal clock, didn't I just say that? That gets you up by no later than 7:30 a.m. every day. Then, number 2, the first thing you do each morning is to grab your blue fuzzy blanket, your stuffed fox, and your stuffed Mario and come into our room, which still so little changes. Although he did just get a new blanket for Christmas, which is a Mario blanket, and he doesn't love his fuzzy blue blanket as much anymore, which is sad. But also it was getting a little too small for him, so it's okay. But it is a little sad. 3, we all love our morning snuggles. You climb into our bed and squeeze in between Daddy and I. Usually Izzy follows right behind, which is no longer the case. Now it's just him who comes in, and she just is like out like a light. 4, you always wake up hungry, so either Daddy or I will feed you breakfast. Afterwards, you like to watch morning cartoons and relax. And 5, with the weather getting nicer, so maybe this was actually the spring of 2020. Would it have been? Maybe this was spring of 2021. It might have been 2021, friends. Anyway, with the weather getting nicer, we have enjoyed going out to play in the backyard in the late mornings. We have the best times. Okay, so that's that. Cards. Let's hole punch this thing. And then I'd like to figure out where to put these. Where do they fit? It's possible I already designated a home for them. It's also possible that I did not. Okay. So I will take pictures of all these too. this afternoon, and then try to get them up on the post within the next day or two so that you guys can see. You can just jump into the post and see them again if you're looking for the inspiration. Where did I put those? What in the world? Oh, they're right here. Okay. All right, so albums. All right, let's pull out Izzy's first and see where does Izzy have holes in her album? So first page, definitely. She's got one here, which I could, no, hers has 4. So she needs one where there's 4 pockets. No, this is Izzy's story album. I'm currently working in a new one. Like this one I would say is pretty much full, but it still has, like right here, a spot. Here's a spot. But again, it's the wrong configuration. Is that it? 4 spots? I guess so. I love this picture. It's good. Okay, so not this one. So let me get the one that I'm currently working in. See if that one, which is also almost full, and I'd like to get her a new one anyway that starts with 2022. Wait, what year are we in? 2023. So I'd like to start containing their stories based on the year. Oh. Give me a spot, please. Most of these are also not adhered back to back, so I still need to do that at some point. So like this one is not adhered, but I do have it there. Okay. No. No. No, there's one with the Remember story kit. I love the way that one turned out. Okay. Looks like that's a negative. So what we will do is add it into here, which means that will create an opening for, it's like this one will go here, and then we'll have a spot to add a layout right here. I feel like you are not going to stay. Let's put a swig of glue in there. Here we go. That'll help hold it, I think. Okay. There we go. So that will be this one. And then we'll put something at some point. We'll go there. I'll leave this open though, so I remember to take photos. Then for Jonah, I need that configuration. Okay. So let's see what we got. He had the 4, of course he did. And no. I have this random 3x8 that I need to fill in. Same. I've become a huge fan of the double page photo, like the photo that spans the whole thing, and then using one side of it for embellishing. I really love the look of that. No. Okay, of course not. So, do I have any? You are one. I always find it easier to pair a full page photo with a divided page pocket or page protector, right? So I'm going to stick this one here, which will give me, which will give me the ability to put something else here. So I can do a full page with the divided pocket, and then this one would come next. Okay, so that one will go here, like that. Cute. And then we got one more. So, what are the chances that you will fit in this album that I've been wanting to get finished up? So I think I only have like one single page left. No, that's not going to be it. Boo. This is all I have left for this album. This, and I need to like adhere everything together. But otherwise, this album is done. It's like, oh. And then I'll be able to flip through it and do the whole thing. But not today, friends. Okay, so not you. This one I don't have marked. Let's see what we got. This one's a little bit too full. Ugh. Yeah, spot there, of course. I'm really bad at putting stuff on the back side of 3x4. See, again, like that. There's just like space for the eye. So you can still have all the things, but I don't know. There's just something about those full page ones that I super love. Okay, no. Oh, but it's on the wrong side. Dang it. Boo. No. No. Another one. I love those. Tammy, I will typically do layouts if I can. But I'm getting to the point where I want these albums to just be out of my studio. So I'm contemplating just printing a photo or filling out a journaling card and just sticking that in and having that be done. Because I just would really like to move on from these, you know? They've been around a long time. Like this, I had a note of what this was going to be, but I definitely never made that story. So I think what I'll do then is stick it here. So that it has a home. I just need a page protector. So let me see if I've got any, maybe in here. this one. Okay. So that will be the home for that one. Which means officially 3 layouts that have been ready to go since the beginning of 2021 are now done. So 2 years later, they are completed, which is exciting. So there we go, friends. Mallory, you're back. And I'm just done at this point. But I'll show you what we did. So we've got, and for anybody who just popped in at some point, so we've got layout number 1, using paper person. Layout number 2, using paper person. Layout number 3, using paper person. And then the December daily calendar completed, and the week of project life plus all the intro outros completed. So a lot of progress today. I'm so excited. A lot of progress. So next week, well, let's talk about next week. Next week, we do not have a live on Thursday here. However, if you still want to hang out with me during a live, I am going to be live at the same time, so 12 p.m. Eastern time, same time as today, on the Allie Edwards Craft the Story Facebook group. I do not know yet what I am making. I actually need to reach out to Lisa today to find out like what I should use, or what I should, create next week, because I don't know what they want me to do. But I'll figure that out, and we will make some things next week on the Allie Edwards Craft the Story Facebook group. So 12 o'clock to like 1:30-ish, I'll be live there. Then the following week, so 2 weeks from now, we'll be live here in Patreon again. So it just flip-flops. So this week is Patreon, next week is Craft the Story, Patreon, Craft the Story, Patreon, Craft the Story, so on and so forth. All at the same time. So starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time until like 1:30 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. When we're back for Patreon, I have 3 more layouts right here. I have 3 more layouts from 2021 that are paper person, this time using the emotions kit. I want to call it a story kit, but it's not a story kit. The emotions kit. So I've had these ready to go for 2 years also. So we're going to finish these ones next week, and it might be a shorter live because those came together really fast. So it might be shorter, just a FYI. But that's what we're going to work on next week. I may potentially also, depending on a conversation that I want to have with Allie Edwards' team, I'm trying to find out if I will be using the story kits anywhere. I'm no longer creating layouts inside of the story kit classrooms, just doing the planning video. And so I don't know if that's going to be an option for me to use during the lives, or if they want the lives to be like other shop products. I don't know yet. But anyway, the bummer part is that I plan, like 4 to 6 stories using that kit, and then I don't actually have to make any of them, but I have to make projects with other products. So my point is if it is a no on using story kits for the lives, then I will probably work on those projects here with you guys, because I still want to use my story kits. I don't want to use the whole thing. I'm not doing that this year in the practice of less. I'm not committing to using the whole kit, but I do want to use some parts of the kit. Like especially if I go through the trouble of planning out stories and designing layouts. I would like to bring those to life. So I'll let you know next week or next time we're live, or in one of the Monday coffee hours. We'll talk about it. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. Because if that's the case, then that might be something we add into these lives, is working on some of those layouts. But anyway, we shall see. We shall see where the chips fall. Okay, so that is going to be it for today. There's nothing left this week. So normally we will have Fridays with Friends the first Friday of the month. However, tomorrow is Izzy's birthday. So there's no Fridays with Friends tomorrow. It will be the following week. I do have a post that will go up at the beginning of next week as a reminder, just so you can make sure you mark your calendars for that. Next week, I will see you on Monday for the Monday coffee hour at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then we'll have Fridays with Friends that Friday. So 2 fun hangouts ahead of us next week. Hope you all have an awesome weekend ahead. Thanks for hanging out with me today. This was super fun. And Mallory, you have a good idea. I'm going to go back and read it. See what your good idea was. Anyway, you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye, friends.